Hey everyone, how's it been? I'm finally settled in my new place and I'm in between work projects right now, so I have some time for once to work on my side projects, like this channel. This video is really gonna be just a ramble about the inner workings of my mind and my motivation. So if you're here for husky devlogs, you might not want to get your hopes up. And I'll explain why. So in the past few months, I've been trying to figure out why it's so hard for me to start working on my game again. Yes, I've been pretty busy with work and life, but I've had chunks of time here and there where I could have definitely been working on my game, but I just ended up watching YouTube videos instead. And I was thinking, why can't I do this? Like, this is my dream game. This is like my life's work. This is what I want to do, right? I started watching this channel called Healthy Gamer GG by this guy named Dr. K. He makes content about mental health targeted towards young gamers specifically, and live streams what are essentially therapy sessions with famous streamers and also audience members. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I learned two really important things about myself from his videos. I'm gonna go over them in just a second, but after watching this, definitely go check out his videos. I would really recommend his channel, especially if you're, going through something, and I think we all are right now. Okay, so the first main takeaway I took from his videos was that the best motivator is your purpose or duty, or as he calls it, dharma. So basically, the key to getting yourself to do things that you don't really want to do in this moment is to figure out what your life purpose is, and then do things or reframe the things you have to do to align with that purpose. So what's my purpose in life? Well, when I first started this channel, my main goal was to turn it into a business and then eventually make passive income from it. But that goal turned out to be pretty terrible at sustaining motivation. And then after a few videos, I realized that my content was actually helping people, and that felt really good. So after thinking about that for a while, I concluded that I just want to be someone that a younger version of myself can look up to and relate with and, feel a sense of belonging. If I can make another short, queer Asian girl who's into tech and games feel a little bit more comfortable with themselves, then that's a huge win. Because that's what I needed when I was younger. So instead of viewing my channel as a money-making machine, I'm gonna view it as a way to help people, especially people who are kind of like me. The second big takeaway I got from Dr. K's videos is that I have a Vata mind. So Dr. K sometimes talks about this thing called Ayurveda, which is a traditional system of medicine used in India. I'm usually pretty skeptical about alternative medicine and that kind of stuff, but this described how my mind works so well that I just had to consider it. In this video about motivation, he talks about the 3 cognitive styles or doshas in Ayurveda. I'm just going to talk about the Vata type in this video, and if you want to know more, I'll have his video linked in the description below. So if you have a predominantly Vata mind, you get really excited about things and then you get bored of things, and that happens really fast. So all throughout my life, I would get really into certain hobbies or activities, and then a couple months later, I'd get bored and move on. And any side projects I actually finished were always very short term, like 2 months max. So maintaining motivation for long-term projects is actually pretty hard for me. And this includes working full-time at a company, unfortunately. In every place I worked, I always started off excited and eager, but then after a few months, I would get kind of bored. So what should I do then?
So what you want to do is your excitement is going to bump up and then it's going to fade. But what you can count on yourself for is you're going to get excited about it again. So what you need to do is have a rotation of what you work on.
Okay, cool. That actually makes sense. So what does this mean for my YouTube channel? Well, I think I'm gonna experiment with different types of videos and different topics. But I'll probably still make tutorials since they seem to be really helpful to people and they're also kind of satisfying to make. But I'm definitely gonna leave the husky game alone for a while. So I was watching this Game Maker's Toolkit video, and if you haven't heard of Game Maker's Toolkit, it's a really good channel about game design. And the guy, Mark Brown, he is now in the process of making a game himself for the first time. And I was watching this video where he talks about his experience learning Unity. And there's this moment where he describes how amazing he felt when he finally finished his first little game that he made. And it reminded me of how I felt when I started out making games. Like, it used to feel so magical, but then somewhere along the way, I lost that. It probably has to do with the ridiculously high expectations I set for myself. especially when I'm making something I consider my dream game. So I have a couple of ideas on how I can rediscover the joy in making games again, like making really tiny games that just explore one interesting mechanic, recreating existing games, and doing game jams. I'm also open to ideas for how to do this and also just video ideas in general. If you made it this far, thanks so much for listening to me ramble. I hope I can live up to everything that I've said in this video and actually help some of you out there. And definitely check out Healthy Gamer GG and Game Maker's Toolkit. I'll have those videos linked in the description below. I hope you all have a good day and I'll see you next time.